Hello there, my name is Eladrium and welcome back to Bedrock. And in this episode, we're picking up right where we left off from our previous episode. Well, maybe not right where we left off. We're in the middle of the desert now. Why are we in the middle of the desert? We are here today because we are continuing the very important work that we're doing with building out our villager trading hall. And the next step for our villager trading hall is converting all of our villagers into zombies, curing them, and drastically reducing their prices to something that we can actually afford. Yes, I know it sounds dark, but it's work that we must do in order to achieve and enjoy the fine things in life, chiefly netherite armor, which is the goal of today's episode. I mean, have you seen this outfit that I'm in? I have a iron chest plate that I got from an End City, and the only reason I'm still wearing it is because it has mending on it, boots that are wrapped to break, and for the life of me, I can't even keep a pair of leggings on. It's absolutely ridiculous. So our goal for today is to get some netherite armor, fully equipped, fully kitted out, enchanted, the works. And to do that, we need to get ourselves some golden apples. And while we have plenty of apples from our villager breeder farmers, fortunately one of them has apples for sale for us, we don't have a lot of gold. Gold is one of those resources that is really difficult to make a farm for on Bedrock since we can't get on the nether roof. So the next best place to get them from is Mesa Biome, which is way over yonder, about where you see the moon rising right there. That's where we're gonna go. So once we have those gold, we'll smelt them down into gold ingots, merge them up with some apples to make some golden apples, and then we have also all the supplies that we need to make splash potions of weakness, which is just a fermented spider eye, some nether wart, and gunpowder. We can just infect all of our villagers inside of our trading hall. We'll do it row by row, give them potion of weakness, throw the golden apples at them, and hopefully when they come to their senses, are cured of this deadly viral disease that's apparently plaguing all of Minecraft, they will be ever grateful for us and give us drastically reduced prices on their goods. And if you remember from previous episodes, there are some of those villagers who want 75-ish emeralds for each book, which is, listen, I could do it. I could afford it if I really wanted to, but it will take less time for me to cure them of zombieism than it will for me to acquire all those emeralds. It's just a matter of fact. So I know it's a little bit cruel, but we're going to do it, and it's going to be for their own good. So they'll just need to trust me on this. Now, while we're rowing over to this Mesa Biome, I wanted to do a little bit of housekeeping and fill you in on some additional plans for later in the season. While this video was being produced, a pre-release for Minecraft 1.19 for Java Edition was released, and typically when this happens for Java Edition, that means that the final release of that version will come out pretty shortly after. So I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks, we will have a 1.19 release for Bedrock Server Edition that will be able to apply to the server. And once that's applied, oh, I'm so excited about so many things. Allies, going to the deep dark, seeing the warden, new enchanted boots for sneaking. Oh, there's going to be a lot of things that we're going to want to do. But while that pre-release is out, I'm going to avoid trying to load a lot more of these new chunks around this area. I already have loaded this area in before, but I'm going to be sticking pretty close to our home base, at least until 1.19 becomes available and we're updated, so that it's a little bit easier for us to find some of these cooler new things. The deep dark, like I mentioned before, but also the mangrove forest with the dirt and the mud and transforming it all in the clay. There's a lot of things to be excited about. So you don't see me traveling around for the next couple of episodes. So if you don't see me moving around a lot, that's what the story is there. But there is so much to be excited for in 1.19, and I am so ready to begin that adventure with all of you. But we're just gonna mark ourselves where we dropped our boat off, and here's the mesa, and somewhere in here there's a husk. There's gold somewhere in this mesa. We just need to find it. And just as I hoped for, here is a mine shaft. Whoa, I did not expect to see one of these new mine shafts be generated here. These are just so neat, aren't they? Not the spider spawners. These are absolutely terrifying. I don't have any armor practically. Eey. But this whole area here, let me get rid of the spider real quick. Or not. This whole area here, look at this. All of these hanging things, that's just great. And here's our gold. Already off to a great start. So I'm gonna go mine about 1 billion more pieces of gold ore, and then we'll head back over to the base. And despite making that pillar, I still got lost and forgot to write down the coordinates where our boat was, but we are now smelting up a ton of gold that we picked up, brewing up some potions of weakness. And the last ingredient we need for our Infectionator 5000 is our friendly zombie here, which I think maybe we'll call Rob. Can I do that? Is that okay? I didn't mean to throw that pie around. Okay, zombie's gonna follow me up here. Let me walk you through what the plan is. I have a staircase that goes all the way up here to the top level, and I have a minecart right here, and I made the mistake of making it so I can't climb in it. So let me just, that zombie should just follow me right in there and fall into that minecart. Perfect. Now, the only thing I need to do at this point now, I have the track laid all over here with powered rails that are turned off that should stop the zombie at each of these little stations. All I need to do is push this zombie behind each of these villagers using the shield I have here. It's probably going to be the easiest way to do it. And the trick is just going to be able to get behind him without dying, but should just be able to give him a little nudge. I might need to drop down here. Try to do it without getting hurt. Ow. Come on. There we go. And there we go. Now that villager will get infected. They're about 6 or hit so. Then we can just push this zombie over here to the next villager, and we will repeat this process all the way for all of these villagers along this topmost row here. And now with all of our villagers zombified here on this top row here, we're just going to grab ourselves some of these splash potions that we made, and it should just be a matter of throwing these at our villagers and giving them some apples. So not the anvil. We're going to try to get as many as we can with each throw without hitting ourselves, and we managed to hit ourselves. That's great. See, we'll go ahead and give him an apple, him. Maybe not you two. We need another splash potion. And now all we need to do is give these guys a couple more apples and then just wait. Should take about 3 to 5 minutes, I think is how it works on Bedrock, and all of these villagers should transform into their normal happy selves and give us a fantastic deal. And of course, we do have our zombie over here, and the simple plan is to just grab the coordinates where we are. Just need to do some quick math here real quick. Don't break the shield, and then we're just going to drop right below him and hopefully not get hit on the way down. And then we can just cut that block out, and he should just fall down in the minecart to the rail that we have on the bottom level, and then we can just repeat the process for all 3 levels, and hopefully we get a good deal from each of these. So I'm just going to wait until all of these guys transform back into their happy selves and verify that the deals are good, and if we need to reinfect them and cure them again to drop the prices even further, we can go ahead and do that. Splendid. So I have now gotten that entire top row infected and cured. Had to actually do it twice because the prices didn't drop, and now our zombie's down. Ow. That hurt just a little bit. Let me go ahead and just double check some things over here. We need to get a few more pieces of splash potion and then a few more golden apples. I think my apple supply might not last though if I have to recure another round. Yeah, this might get a little bit finicky. So, zombie's down, and now we're just going to repeat the process again. Now, despite having those prices down really low, the next biggest problem is how exactly are we going to afford everything? Well, the solution here is to take advantage of our wool farm, which is to trade wool for emeralds and experience to these shepherds that I have right here. It's a very simple deal, and part of the reason why I made this wool farm so early in the game is that I knew that we could very quickly exploit it for a ton of emeralds. And I think if I only do this about 1 billion more times, I'll have enough to afford absolutely everything that we need. Now, while we are working on those trade loops and letting those shepherds refill their stock, we do need to take care of one more thing in today's episode, and that is getting the armor that we need. As you all know, been struggling with diamonds. Trying to find them has just been a challenge. Without fortune, it's really difficult. So we're going to make a new home for armors and toolsmiths and weaponsmiths near our base so that we can buy all of the armor, tools, and weapons we need for super duper cheap. So why don't you sit back, relax, enjoy the music, and watch me try to capture a creeper. Oh, this is going to be such a weird episode. Now, I'm sure you're all wondering, why do I need a creeper in the place where I will be storing all of my villagers that I'll be trading with armor and weapons? And the answer is, I don't. This creeper just kind of walked into a minecart that I had while I was transporting villagers, and it seemed like the right thing to do. This was just a really barren place, and I really just wanted to liven it up a little bit. What's a little creeper between friends, right? This guy's blown me up at least a billion times since playing Minecraft, and I think it's only fitting that he is comfortable. Now, the best way I know of to get him to go away, of course, is to move a little cat about right here, and he doesn't want to be anywhere near a cat, which means I can pop this rail out, and then all of that will despawn, and I can just move my little kitty cat away. I just want to come here. Please don't go in there. All right, there we go. Come over here, kitty cat. Okay, now sit. Good kitty. What a great cat. And then we can just put some glass in here. Oh, where is he? There he is. And bam, there we go. Now we have a creeper next to our villagers. I'm sure that this won't come to haunt me or bite me in any way negatively in the future ever. I'm 100% positive of it. And after an extremely long, frustrating, and frankly painful build session that I'm not even happy to show a time lapse of, I finally have something that I am happy of. And it's this cute little small base over here. And when I was building this, I had a couple main goals. As you can see over here, I know we've been talking about a waterfall. This is where it's going to go. We're going to have a water fixture right here, dividing this up, and I think that'll really help break it up. But my two main goals with this building was first and foremost to have a structure that helped break up this stone brick wall. If we want to walk on over here, you remember we would come up this path and then there would just be this block of gray because the stone wall, we just couldn't add enough color for it, and this helps break up that view, and I'm really kind of happy with how it turned out. I spent about 18 different iterations on this tower and never really found something that I was super thrilled with, but I'm happy enough with what we have over here, and I think overall it works pretty nice. Though I will have to say, these vines just get out of control really quick, don't they? You place a couple down and next thing you know, your entire base is underground. But let's go ahead and take a peek inside of here, and I'll show you around because I did do the interior. I would like to think that this could be an armor shop of some kind. As you can probably hear, there's a bunch of villagers downstairs making all sorts of goodies for us, and I have already cured them. But up here we have a cozy little loft place. I like building these home shops in combination type buildings. I think it really kind of fits the aesthetic, but we have plenty of shop space up here that we can work with. Play around with, really kind of do whatever. Down here, you know, really the main feature of this is more storage, because we always need more storage. Yes, there's plenty of storage down here just in case we need anything. We have everything that we could need, which will probably set us up for probably another 3 days. And then if we go ahead and move and mosey on downstairs, we will find all of the villagers that we have already cured, so we don't need to do that again. So all of these guys will produce for us basically any of the weapons and tools we want for 1 emerald, which is a fantastic deal. And as a bonus, they get to be with the creeper that we have over here. I also made this stonemason, and he is making me bricks, which is making all sorts of new possibilities open up for us. Chiefly, I can now make potted plants. And if you haven't been decorating your base with potted plants, let me tell you, you're missing out. You really are missing out. And just as a bonus, all of these guys will trade for iron, so I can just pull iron over from our iron farm and get a really good deal with these guys. They'll trade me 4 iron ingots for a single emerald, and I have iron for days over at the iron farm, so we should be set for a pretty long time with these guys. But between curing a ton more extra villagers that I didn't initially plan on, and some shenanigans that have happened with our librarians linking to the wrong workstation, we're gonna need to zombify them and cure them all again. And because we're out of apples and gold, we need to go back to the mesa and get ourselves some more gold. Now, to solve this problem, I have made ourselves a fortune and silk touch pickaxe, but one thing I wanted to try, because I have such terrible luck in the nether, especially given how weak I am, is these respawn beacons. I've heard that if I just use one here, it should let me respawn if I die in the nether without my bed. Do I just need to